What is going on, guys, and welcome back. If you're anything like myself, you missed your first love in Marvel Snap, Zoo Decks. Well, she's back and better than ever. We've got a brand new best pool 3 only Zoo deck for you today that comes equipped with a super simple to follow strategy, really solid win to loss ratio, and you can definitely climb ranks with it in Marvel Snap. I just went on a tear with the deck myself, and today we'll break down everything you need to know. Now, by far, best part about the deck, let's just get right to it. Only 3 pool 3 cards. Hell, you can cut that down to 1 if you want to go with a super budget version. No pool 4, no pool 5. But if you do have a more complete collection, you can also have slight upgrades to make it even better. Now, these guys right here from the Pool 1 days, they're yesterday's Chads. Now, first up, we've got the new Power Giga Chads here that are going to carry our 1 cost to glory. We have Infinite, Red Skull, Khazar, and Dracula. Really, the premise of the deck is simple. We are going to use the goats of the 1 cost cards here. We have Iceman, whose ability is to target the 1 card your opponent is praying that he doesn't. We've got Sunspot, who you know is one of the best 1 cost cards. I mean, look at this guy. He's a winner. To follow them up, we've got Zero, who's going to work with some of our other cards. Squirrel Girl is the Black Friday special of 1 cost cards, a 3-for-1 special, and Ant-Man, who's almost always going to have that 1-for value. Now, alongside them, you guys notice we do have some other cards here, mainly to get priority early on, like Lizard, the Great 2-5, Armor to protect all of our 1 cost cards, and then lastly, we've got the Good Dog here to help us counter public enemy number 1, the biggest threat to the Chad Alliance, Killmonger. Now, good news for you is he's not near as common when you first were playing the game. Those that played at launch, going from Pool 1 to 2, he was everywhere, right, to counter those Zoo decks. Nowadays, if you see a Sarah Surfer deck, if you see a Nova at all, get the hell out of there. Or if you see a Sarah control deck or early signs of it like Bishop and Angela, just be aware. But outside of that, you're not going to see them all too much. Now, the main strategy with these cards is to get great priority in the early turns, flood the 1 cost cards by emptying our hand into the armor lane if possible, and then the Chads are going to do the rest. Now, most matches will end with Dracula here, either absorbing either Infinite or Red Skull, or you can go ahead and play Zero on turn 6 into Red Skull for an immense up to 18 power play, which is usually enough to win the location you're looking for. But what if you're watching this video and you don't have some of these cards? Well, good news for you, Dracula is really the only main card that you want to have in the deck. You can replace Zero with any of the beautiful 1 cost cards that you see here. And Red Skull and Zero are a great combo that is tougher to replace. However, you can definitely do so with the likes of Hulk or any of those other big power cards that, you know, Dracula can slice up and get you a good power number, or you could play them on turn 5 or 6. Now, with all that, let's go and jump into some matches. I'll show you how I pilot the deck. Now, sometimes in these Pool 3 decks, you don't want to change up the cards even if you do have upgrades. Sarah Control is a great example. I am going to plug in some different cards as we go through the battles to see if they're any better. Now, you're going to see today, it does have a little bit of a casino-style feel to it with Dracula and who it selects. But for the most part, you can empty your hand, kind of like the glory days of Zoo, and it works great. All right, we're going against Nixxy here, and we got Dark Dimension. That's kind of fun. Let's throw Ant-Man in Dark Dimension. I think he could definitely hide there, folks. All right, all the fun locations today. We'll get Armor out in the dead middle. And if we see him trying to start to abuse Dark Dimension, we'll just throw Cosmo over there. Oh, man. Okay, so this beautiful location is Zoo Deck's best friends. Just allows us to go completely crazy, guys. And I love it. So we'll go Khazar now in that left lane. Hell, Squirrel can go ahead and chill there as well. That way we can go and kind of... if we need to fill extra spaces, we absolutely can. All right, awesome. Let's go Iceman right side. We don't need to protect him. We're going to go Cosmo middle lane. And with it being a Mr. Negative deck, he's probably depending definitely on reveal cards here. All right, let's see what you got here, buddy. That's a bummer. All right, so we stopped that at least. He did get the 0-3 there. We're just going to straight up feed our Sunspot and get the easy clap win here. If we snap, he's probably out, but we might as well to pressure him. He doesn't know what we have left side. That's going to scare him off, most likely, but we'll try to go for the 2 cubes here. Oh, he's got to see it through. Okay, so he's stacked on that left location. That has me nervous. But we're going to throw down Infinite, and because of this, we can throw down Lizard here too. Good God almighty. Hell, we can even throw Lizard this way. And what do we have? Man, we're stacked over here. And we got the Gazar. Yeah, dude, you're done. You're going to have a hard time winning this, Nixxy. You're going to have a hard time winning this. He's like, all right, I can handle it. I can handle it. What about this, big boy? The Giga Chad. Holy crap. What is this going to be? Wolfsbane? I mean, dude, you won that middle location. There we go. God, Dark Dimensions. Dark Dimensions, great. And there we go, guys. We took down a Silver Surfer negative deck. So that's great. That Cosmo play was big for us on Ironheart. And like one quick tip for Mr. Negative decks is when they play Mr. Negative on a lane, sometimes, not all the time, but they're saying like, okay, I'm not going to go for that location, which makes it somewhat fairly obvious. FutureShocked. Well, my friend, you're going to be shocked here in the future in just a moment. All right. So armor, Infinite, 0. All we could use is the Red Skull now. Iceman, of course, targets the one card we don't want him to, so that is going to make it where we have to play him on turn 5. And he is playing an Invisible Woman. Great variant, though. So with Iceman, Invisible Woman, interesting build. Gonna have to see what he's trying to work out. And should we play it against him? Our Ant-Man kind of makes it obvious what we're doing anyway, but you know what? Why not? Daredevil, Invisible Woman. FutureShocked, I like it. Ah, perfect. More protection for our little guys. And let's go ahead now and try to ruin whatever he has in his hand. Hopefully we get Cosmo. We're just going to throw that right on top of Daily Bugle. And you know what's nice is we have 0 for Lizard as well, just to give us that guarantee decent pull. And with what we have left, I mean, getting Dracula would be a bit of a bummer, but what I think we're going to do, guys, is let's throw Sunspot dead middle, 0 right side. And then we're going to Lizard next turn or Red Skull if we get him. If we get Dracula, that's okay. We can wait. I would say, like, Cosmo can go at any time. All right, so he can see what we're doing, right? So we can go Lizard kind of wherever we want to. Let's make his life hell and put Cosmo in the dead middle. So that Invisible Woman is worthless. And at this point, guys, it's a Cerebro deck. So I would say Hobgoblin is coming our way. Ooh. Okay. I was expecting the Hobgoblin. I was definitely expecting the Hobgoblin. So, all right, great. Well, we got our 2 big boys left. Dracula would have been nice, but he's left in the deck. Obviously, Khazar here would be awesome as well. Looking at kind of where everybody is, I think we're going to just go Red Skull left side. I think so. I mean, we might as well just take that back over. And even if he plays Cerebro Mystique now, that's 4... to all of these, and I don't know. I'm not really worried about it, to be honest. We could snap here. It's turn 6. We're not going to. And, cool. It was close, though, because of Red Skull. He spread them out. And we got the dubs, guys. So good stuff there. Nice to see how that does against the Cerebro 2 deck, albeit I don't love how he played it. If he had the Hobgoblin, that would have been huge for him. I don't know how much these two did, but he also had to get some cards down before he played his final combo. All right, FailBoat, let's see what you got. We're going to go in Iceman right into Daily Bugle and get this puppy started. All right, second location, guys, not too bad. We got Mr. Sinister from his side. Like I said, you want to try to identify the deck within the first couple turns. So Patriot, Cerebro, probably literally nothing else outside of those two. We're going to set up Sunspot left side, start stacking that up, and hopefully protect it with our armor. And both of these decks don't run Killmonger, so we can play a bit more loose. We'll play Mr. Sinister there and nothing. Because we don't want our 0 to lose its value or lose our Dracula value. And we have Red Skull already. So we've got our Wombo combo, the cards we're looking for. And typically with Dracula, Infinite, and Red Skull, that's your snap indicator. You've got most of the cards you need to get a snap out. So we are going to snap. I'm going to throw Dracula in the middle. And we'll see if this guy has the grapes this day. Cool. So nobody gets anything, and I think that's okay. And now we're going to go and get ready for turn 5, which is just going to be absolutely delightful. Now, the only issue here, right, and this is why I might put Maria Hill in here, even though she's pool 4. I don't love that. I think there's some high-cost cards to kind of empty out your hand for a dependable Dracula. So, like, we would have to play him a bit early. Not there, but we'd have to play him early because we're simply going to not be able to play, empty our hand for Dracula safely, right? So let's go and play Ant-Man left side, SG, and I think 0 mid. This gives us a little bit of insurance, if you will. Now, I guess the only bummer, and by like massive bummer, is if we get Cosmo here, we could have played it Ultron. But we don't have priority anyway, so... yeah, right. So if he does play Ultron and we had priority, that would have been the move there. And this is kind of what I'm talking about, right? Like, we're left over with a card. You know, like, maybe the safest play is something like this. And then he has to spread himself so perfectly. We would tie left side. Ultron would win it for him. But we're guaranteed to get a good Dracula here. Whereas if we do this, it's much more of the gamble. Right? It's obviously more of the gamble. However, we're kind of guaranteed to win. Let's roll it. Let's see what happens. It's going to come down. You know what? We're good either way. Would you look at that? And we got the Infinite. I still think I want to try to put Maria Hill in there. I think she'll be an interesting addition, being such a low cost, giving us another 1-cost card. And then, you know, if we do get like something like Cosmo, we don't have to worry about this little shuffle here. And funny enough, if we played the other route, we would have been, we would have lost. So we definitely played the correct decision there. Left it to a 50-50 gamble. And, you know, I'm sure we're going to see that a lot today. All right, guys, so we've got our next player. He's already giving us the Spider-Man. Pale Ale is the name. And hello there, my friend. We'll give him a fist bump. All right, so Asgard's up first. Let's go Sunspot left side. He's going to Agent 13. So we got Devil Dinosaur. Would have loved the cloning vats for Sunspot, but you know what? Squirrel is not a bad card to throw in cloning vats. All right, cool. So I think we're just going to try our best. We don't want to clone too much garbage, especially if we have Dracula here. Wow, this guy's already snapping. That's a bold take there, brother. I'm going to go Cosmo left side just because if he tries to go with Asgard, we have that somewhat safely. If we take a rock, it's just fine. Cool, brother. And we gave him the rock as well. So we have 2 Cosmos out, and that somewhat favors us. And I would say things are looking pretty good. We have a few options. We can go 0 to Lizard. But because we have Red Skull, we'll have that as our kind of our win condition. So let's go Lizard here and then give the other 3 to Sunspot to ensure that we pull. Now, again, this is going to make Dracula feel a bit weird. And so Red Skull. And 0 is probably going to be our other play. All right. So I think we're going to go and play Khazar middle. We can get a clone of him on top of that. Probably 0 middle too. Okay. Honestly, I think Khazar here is our best play, followed by Squirrel and 0, and just spread ourselves power-wise. That gives us a lot for him to have to cover, not only on the right and left location, but also the middle. Even though Red Skull was a decent play, I think this might be the best play. And Pale is just smacking those Spider-Mans. 4 cubes sounds right. We're not going to snap. I feel like this is going to be the play, though. Man, he got another Cosmo. Good thing we already won that other lane. And there we go. Just barely. Even through... I tell you, sometimes it's tough to just take everything in, commentate, make sure we win as well. But the 0 Cosmo... There's so many damn Cosmos here. It had it a bit different. So sometimes you don't always want to play what's the most obvious. Like 0 Red Skull, you know, probably could have done the trick as well. But because we had cloning vats, we definitely wanted to take advantage of what we could there. We're starting out with a tremendous hand here and a terrible location with our zoo deck. But what you gotta love is with all the 1-cost drops, you can almost certainly always play on turn 1. We're gonna play Iceman and go ahead and just target their magic right now. Target that Professor X. Whatever they needed the most. Great opening here, guys. You know, Scorpion could be used in the deck as well if you'd like to go that route. But Lizard is just awesome to give you that priority pretty early on. So we're going to go play Lizard right side. Really doesn't matter with the Bifrost. And we already have our 0 Red Skull combo, which is one of the win conditions that you need to win pretty consistently with the deck. We have Hala for our other location. You know, we typically like to save Cosmo. You know, like this would be the like obvious play to place something on this turn. This is where I like to pull Sunspot early because you can just kind of always give him the energy. Domino is in Silver Surfer decks enough, which makes me think that I'm going to just kind of hang tight and probably just play SG here. Now, the issue with this, however, is we would be filling out this right lane. So this is kind of like a weird situation. So I guess we will play Cosmo here. I don't love it unless we get value from it right here. Iceman doesn't even know how lucky he is. He has no idea that I spared your life, good sir. And that was weird that he played it that early. But it's almost certainly a Silver Surfer deck, I would assume now. But okay. So turn 4 here, guys. And with everything moving over, we're going to play Khazar. If he plays like a huge card here, maybe he could win Hala, but I think we're good. All right, he's got the Kingpin. So let's see, guys. So he can't play Silver Surfer in the middle, so he's going to go all out there. So we really want to just focus on the left-right lane. I would expect Brood to come out here pretty much at any point. So that leaves us with a couple of options. And because the way that our hands kind of fell here, with Dracula Sunspot still sitting in our deck, I might play Red Skull early. I might play him right here. And if we get Dracula, we can then play both these cards and Dracula, which is fantastic, right? He'll pull Infinite and we kind of get the win there. That's probably what I'm going to do. I don't love playing Red Skull, especially if this is the Brood lane. That's like a big oof. Oh, boy. Oof. I called it as an oof, guys. I called it as an oof. And we didn't get Dracula, so all is good there. Oh, yeah, we can't play our 1-cost cards there. So we're going to have to just win the old-fashioned way. So he's going to get, another 16 power here in the middle. So that's, you know, that's something. So we can go and play SG here and 0 here. That should be enough. That's going to give us, what, 7 more in the middle? No, 8, 9 more in the middle. That's 19. That might be enough. It might be enough, and it kind of pushes Red Skull a little bit, that lane as well, with our SG hopping over there. Pushes up to 17. Not a lot, bear in mind, but I think it's enough to hold that middle lane in court. Yeah, baby. All right, so as bad as things could have gone, card draw-wise, you guys are going to see why it's pretty consistent of a deck, right? It's a lot of spread of power. This guy did the number one, like, classic mistake. Guys, don't play your Killmonger turn 3. There's no... I had Iceman. That's all I had, right? Even if it's your only play, you want to hold on to it. Now, certainly, I could have played that differently. No question about it. Especially probably turn 5 going into turn 6. And Sunspot would have made it a lot better, too. But not bad. All right, here we go. The sequel. Everybody knows the sequel is always better than the original. Pretty much never. But Empire Strikes Back is a case. Whereas, Thor: The Dark World is far from it. All right, early hand is looking good. Iceman, Ant-Man, can't complain. Iceman, we're not going to put an Isle of Silence, even though we see it, because we want to have, like, our armor protection lane. And this is just going to go with Red Skull anyway. So we're going to take the gamble, throw Iceman in the middle. Hit the card that he needs the most. And get a decent location out of it. Cool. All right, guys, so now we're going to definitely just take over priority in that middle location. Get our card pulls, pretty much guarantee the dubs from there. And we have Dracula, and we've got Red Skull. Great game. Okay, how sweet of him. He's going to gift us a Widow's Bite. We'll throw that into the ether, and we'll play Ant-Man. Now, looking at it, probably we're going to see ourselves a Darkhawk deck. We know he can't play that in the left-hand lane, so we might have Dracula finish off our middle lane here, depending on how things go. Because we have Infinite, I mean, that's almost a no-brainer. I think we can win this. We don't want to obviously put him in Clintar. This will swallow him whole. So we're going to put Dracula in the middle, Red Skull left, and then just play our hand out. And we have 15 on one side and Infinite in the middle. And boy, did we play that just in time. And this is looking like a dubs, guys. Probably going to snap. Turn 5, feel good about it. If we get the 2 cubes, great. We're definitely playing for more. We're going to Red Skull left side. And then just get rid of the farm next turn. The Daredevil's a bit interesting, though. But let's see if we can get ourselves at least 2 cubes. If not, I feel good about the win either way. And just the way we played it ended up being a lot in our favor. Like, worst case scenario, he Professor X's right side, and then I can't get rid of my entire hand. Okay. That definitely makes it more fun. All right, cool. And this is what's so great, guys. Great point and example of our first game here. We've got Armor, Sunspot, and Squirrel Girl. And we got Cosmo. So you can almost always play all your hand. Now, this one we couldn't. We got the free 2 cubes because we snapped, which is awesome. I find it funny that this guy kind of knew what was going to happen. I don't know what changed his mind after giving me another cube. All right, what's up, McBurney? It's a cool name. It definitely screams I'm a billionaire that plays Marvel Snap. I don't know why else you would call yourself McBurney. Okay, so we've got Ant-Man, Infinite, Dracula, Red Skull. Honestly, this is kind of how I like to open up. Knowing I've got my win conditions right out the gate, and I got a turn 1 play, couldn't ask for more. So Ninja makes it interesting. We're going to play Ant-Man because obviously that lane's going to be filled. Usually never have a problem filling lanes either way. But we're going to do just that. Oh, mother. So many Hellfire clubs coming out. I swear it's like a hot location right now. But we do have SG that we can play into Hellfire Club. Gonna hit that up. And then we'll probably play Dracula into that as well. I'm jealous of the Sunspot he's got going on. Perfect. Okay. So we have our turn 6. Oh, we won, guys. This is it. This is it. When you get a hand like this, it's a snapper. It's an absolute snapper. In my opinion, right? Because we've got our 0 Red Skull turn 6. We're going to play Dracula next turn. And we're going to do nothing this next turn. So we're not going to snap this turn. Because I want him to snap. Oh, that was stupid of him. Okay. So we want him to snap, right? So I did nothing. Let's see if it gives him that false confidence that we suck. I got nothing. McBurney. What would the McBurneys do before you? They would snap. They would ride this confidence. Let's pressure him. Now, the only issue is Dream Dimension kind of jacks some things up. But it ain't too big of a deal. We're going to be loading up our right side with 1-cost cards next turn. We're going to have one... We're going to be messed up just a little bit, but we should be okay. Dracula is going to take one good option no matter what. We got our 2 cubes. McBurns is feeling good. I don't see him having Killmonger because he has his own sunspot, so I don't know if we need a Cosmo, but I do see him having a card that he'll want, but we don't have priority either, right? So, like, kind of a weird situation we find ourselves in here. We're going to go at an Iceman and then Zero. Our next play will be Red Skull. I mean, we didn't have to play that Zero. Oh boy, guys, oh boy. So Infinite's nice and all, but I guess we Red Skull left side instead. Let's roll the dice. I would probably leave here. Dream Dimension all but screwed us, but we got to get rid of Sunspot one way or another. All right, let's roll it. Yo, we won. That was his big play. Oh, and we got the... My guess was... I feel like that was kind of a drag... Or that was a kind of a Galactus deck, but Dream Dimension screwed him. But hey, there you go. And I guess there's an added bonus I didn't talk about in the intro. Red Skull Infinite. Bring on the leeches, man. Rickety Bridge, that's a bummer, but we can definitely protect that with armor once the time comes. MagicPhantom. I feel like we've played Magic before. All right, we lost Lizard to the likes of Sokovia, but we can live with that. We're going to stack up our 1-cost lanes. And this one's a bit different, because if we do choose to armor Rickety, we're going to leave these guys exposed, but we got to kind of just look at what he's doing. And we're most certainly going to take a free rock here. If he snaps here, we got to leave, guys. If he snaps here, I'd probably leave. But if he doesn't snap, we're going to stay. We've got our combos. Hell, if we get Infinite on him, feeling great. Okay. Sure. Okay. Well, this can put pressure on Rickety Bridge, so that's great. I mean, this is also another thing we could do. And then Khazar the last turn, maybe we just do that. Yeah, let's do that. We guessed wrong. Howdy day. Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here. All right, goodbye. We sacrificed a squirrel for Spider-Man. What a movie. What an arc that would be if Peter Parker died that way. That'd be one way to send him off. Sony would be pissed. All right, so we have Armor, Khazar, and Red Skull. So this is very easy, guys. We're going to simply play our cards out so that Dracula is guaranteed to get Red Skull, right? So let's get Armor here. It doesn't really matter. He could kill us all if he wanted to. But if he doesn't, then we're good to go. But he does win this lane. Keep in mind, he is going to win Rickety Bridge by just playing one card there. This should be enough to win, though. I think this is plenty to win. We're not going to snap just because he does have the lane spread. That being said, guys, if they snap with Zabu on 3, probably leave. And by probably, I mean you should leave. This deck can compete with most of it. It has a tough time. Oh, boy. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. This deck does have a hard time against Zabu and sometimes Silver Surfer. It just depends. You have the counters you need, which is the good part. I would say you struggle more against the Surfer because of Killmonger than Zabu. And with Zabu, that's when you just want to try to get priority to Cosmo. All of the on reveals, right? It's Rock Slide, Wong, Shuri. Those are the ones you can stop. And then if you lose into them, you can also throw in, maybe Enchantress, Rogue into the deck. But it's kind of tough to cut some cards here. All right, so we're playing Galaxius. What a name. What a name. And we have Sinister London, which is just awesome to start out with. And Sunspot, and Armor, and Cosmo. This is a GG. Maybe. Probably a bit early, and by a bit, I mean a ton. That's going to be great. Cool, so we're never playing Cosmo. But we did get double Sunspots, which is awesome. Let's go and hit him up with a double Armor as well. Hopefully that lands on the right lane. Hell, this guy looks like he's playing the exact same deck. Perfect. Sorry about that right sunspot, but he is in a good location. Let's play the lizard now. Yeah, we're gonna play lizard now. Our only other option is we could play SG here. If we play SG here, we have 2 more 1 cost, but we can't take advantage of Sinister London, which we might want to. So let's go and let's just play the lizard middle for now. Cool, nobody's dying. Okay, so we got our red skull as well. We're definitely now going to play the double Khazar. And at this point, with what he has on the board and what I have on the board, we're going to snap. If he leaves, he leaves, but the 2 cubes will be nice. We're on turn 4. It's a good turn to snap here, especially even though we don't have what we need, like Dracula Infinite. He only has 1 space left on Sinister, and we have kind of the same thing going on. Okay, so he has my red skull now. I think we just do nothing, guys. I think we just feed this to our sunspots. I think that's what he's going to do, too. And that way, if we draw Infinite, we get double Infinite. Great. And if not, I guess we play 0 red skull next turn. I think this is definitely the no question move. And look at that. He's doing the same thing. I would say anyone but Dracula Iceman. 50-50. Cool. Okay, so let's go 0 here. Red skull over there. And that's a GG, my friends. Galaxius, good luck to you. And we get rid of the lizard in the middle, too. Let's watch and learn, guys. Not a bad play. Hold it. Oh, it's so close. Okay, Galaxius. Okay, you had me on my toes. You had me on my toes. But the ultimate hot tub Chad saved the day. Oh man, that was was way closer than I would like it to be. That's for damn sure. Again, good opening hand. Dracula, 0 Iceman. We're going against Soul, and we're gonna save our 0 for that last turn. And we got a Patriot deck that is definitely beatable by power. Oh, that's a bummer. Would have been nice to have that, but that's okay. We have Lizard, which at this point, where do we want to play? I mean, I'd like to have priority. We don't want to kill Lizard. This is a little risky, but we'll do it. I'd like to save Kamar Taj if we can. And hell, we can just play Squirrel Girl there in the middle and just like cover this place in animals and Khazar them all up. We have armor, so now we'll play her in the middle, and I think we're going to chill. We have the thematic lizard on sewer system, so now to get rid of my bonus, he's going to have to stack that location while getting negative power. Awesome, awesome place for lizard. Guessed right there. That's always fun. Patriot just became a whole lot better, but that's okay. Let's go and do Dracula middle. He did nothing. That's odd. And we got Infinite, so boom. Done and done, guys. Done and done. We're going to snap here. We'll see if he leaves. We can play Squirrel here. 0 right side is fine. And then we're going to go and simply just play Red Skull left side. And that way we have the Dracula take the Infinite. We're already winning right side. Left side is going to be extremely hard for him to beat. We're going to snap on this. All right, folks. He's staying. Down goes Squirrel. All right, cool. So we already know what this is going to be. This is where it's easy to predict, right, guys? Easy business. So these rocks are going to get 4 each. So these are going to be 8. Now, I do suppose the biggest drawback here is obviously if we don't get the pull on. You know what, guys? This video is just full of RNG right now. It's full of it. It's just full of RNG. So if we play Cosmo, we would do nothing at that point. We're winning that lane. He would get a big number in the middle. But if he plays Patriot here, we're done. Screw it. Let's Vegas it. You guys are just going to start thinking this is a casino deck. You're going to start thinking it's a casino deck. Hey, guys, don't do that. Don't do it. That was a for the content moment. How screwed we would have been if that was Cosmo. We risked 8 cubes for a 50-50 coin flip, but you know what? Luck has been so against me. We went for it. All right, guys, so we have changed a couple of things. Like I said, sometimes pool 1 through 3 is the better option. But we've plugged in She-Hulk. We have plugged in Titania. We've plugged in a couple other options here. And in theory, it should be an okay improvement / fine. But sometimes, again, it's okay just to go with the cards you have. And we're going to test and see if some of this is going to help out the deck. I think the She-Hulk Infinite combo just makes sense. Moon Girl's probably getting a little greedy with Dracula, but at the same time, we could copy our big cards. We're going to have to see how this is going to work. And with the Wakanda and the free protection of our 1 cost, can't complain. So in theory, we definitely want to make Dracula over there on the left side. Hang out there for the big points. And sadly, guys, we don't have a sunspot. So we're going to have to eat this 3 energy. Okay, so he's full committing. And what makes me nervous, and I said this in the intro, is these 2 cards typically scream Sarah control. Which again does tickle me nervous just a little bit. However, I think our best play, guys, is to do this right here. Protect yourselves from that Killmonger that could be coming anyway. Okay, I'll be damned. It's probably a Silver Surfer negative deck. That's fine. We can handle that. So we're going to play Red Skull left side now, and really, we're just... I would say Dracula's not a bad option for the next play, but that +3 is really nice. Kazar is probably what we'll end up doing. Oh, man, this guy's going to make it rain. Oh, boy, he's gonna make me feel it. Yeah, so Kazar makes sense a little bit to go ahead and give these guys some power and these guys and the squirrel, but we're going to go ahead and just try to hold on dearly. If this is an Iron Man, we can still get close to contending. Now we can't. That's going to be Iron Man, isn't it? Oh, that's Iron Man for sure. Ooh! Damn, that was close. All right. We're going to redo it. We're going to take out Moon Girl. I don't love her in the deck. I like the double She-Hulks, but sometimes that's like we're getting too greedy. We don't need to have her. All right, guys. So Cosmo has done nothing to warrant him not being in the deck. So we're going to put Cosmo back in here, but the same deck as we just ran, and albeit probably a bit more dependable. And Unreal Me. Okay, so let's play Titania. I don't mind playing her, and you get like the mind games going on kind of early. I typically like to save her for later, but this will be good. And let's armor that lane too. So that'll be our zoo lane. And then what's cool is Dream Dimension here. We're going to most certainly skip turn 5. So we've got the 1-cost She-Hulk and the Red Skull. So you're getting 25 power. Potentially. Awesome. More protection. More power. And Death's Domain. So we want to hope that our friend Squirrel Girl comes out to aid us. And honestly, we might play She-Hulk now. Probably. And then what? Kazar on 5? This couldn't be more... Okay, so this is great, right? So we're gonna do a She-Hulk Squirrel to contest the middle there. Squirrel left side. And then we have Infinite, guys. We've got Infinite to just seal the deal. So we're going to get over that hard-to-reach location. We're going to take Titania back. We kind of gave him a free squirrel, which means he can get over there. So was that a big mistake by myself? But you know what? That would ruin his warpath. All right, let's just do nothing. And glad we did, because, yeah, nothing would have happened there. Okay, so here's something fun. Here's something fun. I would be snapping if I were him. This is great, but then he just destroys the left side, and he takes my Titania. So he's there's no... Okay, this is where the mind games come in. Do we think he goes here to have the safer win, or does he go here because he's Cosmo and he doesn't want to mess with his Warpath's power? I think that's what he would do, and we would win by 1. Let's see what he goes with. Yes! I was like, he could... So if he played left side, we could have done that and matched him. That was pure just trying to read their opponent, you know, and typically Warpath, you don't want to mess him up, right? You don't want to mess him up. So, yeah, I don't know. Not sold that this deck's any better. We've come, like, just razor-thin close on these matches. All right, Ricky, and opening hands just flooded with the zoo, and I am loving it. Let's go and open up with that Iceman. We're definitely, you know, Atlantis would be fine for Red Skull, but we're going to just burn through that now. And if Ricky here is one of those lads that match the avatar, then we got ourselves a Darkhawk deck, and he should change the avatar. You don't want to give away what you're doing. Why I'm always running a Hellcow. Okay, Quinjet. Alrighty, next up's a car. Well, that's nice to get rid of the Shang-Chi. And quite honestly, just fine. We can go ahead and zero our Titania, which is why we have him in there as well. So that definitely worked out for us. And Ricky, that could not have been more beneficial on our side. Titania with 0 is a freaking... We just played 8 energy. We just played 8 power for 2 energy. That's preposterous. Cool. We're going to give him a Cosmo because we don't need Cosmo on our side. Like, we don't care about Cosmo. He's going to Zabu now. We can protect that right lane from whatever the shenanigans he might be doing. Where do we want to play Drac? A Sunspot's got us covered there. I don't love him over there. Yeah, we'll play Drac left side. Okay, so he's going Drac middle. We're going to do nothing this turn. Feed it to Sun. All right, guys. Okay. We swap positions there, and then we have Khazar. So this is going to be something. We did not get either of our big boys, which is problematic. Does he know that? No. Is it a problem? Most definitely. But I still think we can probably pull this out. He's going to win. He is definitely going to win that middle location, but I like our odds. I mean, we can have a good spread with SG. He's going to have the big cut, but we have some power right side. And assuming that he thinks that our Dracula, like we're avoiding his Dracula lane. Oh, okay, nope. He's going to go and attack our lane. He's attacking our Dracula lane. That's a problem, folks. That is a problem. Watch him get a big hit. Wow. Okay. I'm surprised that he didn't leave one of those She-Hulks in his hand, but I guess why not? And we essentially did the exact same thing. All right, guys. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this Pool 3 Zoo deck. If you did and you want to see the upgraded deck with Thanos and Dazzler, let me know. I definitely would love to make that video. I think they have a huge place in the Zoo meta. A lot of you guys like Thanos out there and might even have access to him. And there's definitely some fun decks out there. If you guys did enjoy this video, leave a like. And if you find yourself coming back here, helps me out massively if you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Have a good one. Have a great one. And until the next one, happy snapping.